Hey YouTube, I'm back. As you know, I'm a huge fan of the Metal Gear Solid series. As a matter of fact, it's my favorite game series of all time. So I've actually decided to grow my Metal Gear collection. So over the last few weeks, I've actually done a fairly good job of doing that. And I've actually accumulated a fairly substantial amount of new Metal Gear related items, everything from games to comics to figures to other stuff. And some of these items are going to be extremely rare. Some of them are going to be dirt common, but still all essential to the collection. And I'm actually going to break this up into two parts. The first part, which is this video, is going to be all the merchandise I've picked up, and the next video, which should be coming very soon, is going to be all the games I've picked up. So let me get started with the one and only strategy guide I've picked up, and that is the collector's edition of the Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriot strategy guide. And as you see, it is a hardbound strategy guide. And this is a really well put together book. It has a lot of great artwork. Pretty much shows you every nook and cranny of the game with enemies, guns, allies. It's a really well put together strategy guide, and I highly recommend it. They are fairly expensive. They're not rare in any sense, but they are fairly expensive. But the cool thing that this strategy guide did come with was this really nifty lithograph of Old Snakes, which comes on this nice card stock. And I really like this photo so much, I'm actually going to get it framed. And they are actually individually numbered as well. So this is number 39,294 out of 43,000. So they are a fairly limited item. Not particularly that rare, but they are fairly limited. So those are the first two items I picked up. Get those out of the way. The next item is actually an ad for Metal Gear Solid 2 Substance. And as you know, I'm a huge fan of the original Xbox. It's actually one of my favorite consoles of all time, as I said multiple times on my channel. So this is the ad for the Xbox version of Metal Gear Solid 2. So this is pretty much like the upgraded version of Metal Gear Solid 2. So it has all the different like bonus stuff. So it has like the 350 plus VR missions, 150 plus alternate missions, Snake Tales, European Extreme Difficulty, so on and so on. But this is a really nice ad, has a lot of great artwork on it, and has some nice screenshots on it. I'm actually going to get this framed as well, so this is going to be a nice addition to both my Metal Gear and Xbox collection. Really cool. The next thing is actually a magazine, and let me just start off by saying that Metal Gear Solid 3 is actually my favorite of all the Metal Gear games, with the close second being Metal Gear Solid 4. So a lot of these items are all Metal Gear Solid 3 related. I just like that Cold War era stuff. So this is a US official PlayStation magazine. And as you see, it has all the nice exclamation marks on it. And this one obviously has to do with Metal Gear Solid 3. And it actually does come with the demo disc inside. Unfortunately, this is not in the greatest of shapes. As you see, it does have some like wrinkles in it. It also kind of has some tears in it as well. But I'm actually going to try to find one in better condition. But this is still a really nice looking magazine. All essential to the collection. Next, I've actually started collecting the comic books. Back in around 2003, 2004, Konami actually came out with a series of comics having to do with the original Metal Gear Solid game, and also they made one, I think, the following year that has to do with Metal Gear Solid 2. I haven't collected any of the Metal Gear Solid 2 ones yet, but I've started collecting the original comics. So I've picked up Volume 2 and Volume 4. Volume 2 has on the cover Revolver Ocelot, and Volume 4 has Vulcan Raven. And if you see right here, the artwork's actually done by Ashley Wood. And if you don't know, Ashley Wood did the artwork for both Peace Walker and digital graphic novels. So if you've ever played any of those, you've seen his artwork before. But I did get the two compilation books. So this is Volume 1, Volume 2 of the comics. So this is pretty much all the comics in these two books. And let me just show you some of his artwork. As you see, it's pretty much just like scenes from the original Metal Gear Solid. So you see Cyborg Ninja, you see the tank battle between Vulcan Raven and Snake, you see Revolver Ocelot and the DARPA chief, and so on and so on. This is great artwork, and it looks exactly like Peace Walker and digital graphic novel. Really great stuff. Yeah. But as you see, these are not in the greatest of shape as well. They got damaged in shipping, I guess. Yeah, there's like some bends and whatnot. But I did get one in better condition, so I get this one's in better shape, so I put in this plastic sleeve. The next item is actually something really interesting. I actually got the inspiration for this item by a fellow YouTuber. His name is Jerry Terrifying, and he actually made a separate video for this particular item not too long ago. And it's actually a Yu-Gi-Oh card, and that is the Tactical Espionage Expert card. And as you know, Konami makes both Metal Gear and Yu-Gi-Oh, so this is definitely an homage to Metal Gear, and it definitely looks like a scene from Metal Gear with Tactical Espionage on top. But there's a couple weird things about this card. Let me just zoom into it. First of all, I don't know if you can see that. This camera kind of sucks. It's the iPhone camera. But first of all, I've actually handled a lot of guns in my life, and the gun that he's holding is nothing I've ever seen before. It has some weird yellow protrusion coming out of it. And, well, Jerry calls it a dildo gun, and I can definitely see why. And the other weird thing about this character is, I guess it's supposed to represent Snake, but he has some weird hairdo, and he has a really weird shit-eating smile on his face, which looks really creepy, but it's still an interesting card. It has to do with Metal Gear, so I had to pick it up. And there's actually 3 cards in here, I don't know if you can tell. And it came in this nice plastic sleeve. And I think with shipping and everything, I got this for $1.50 on eBay, so not bad. Only got 3 more items to show you. So the next item is actually this Metal Gear Solid 4 headset from PDP, Bluetooth headset to be exact. And the headset itself looks like a cross between the Metal Gear Mark II and an Xbox Live wireless headset with that weird U-shaped thing that goes around your ear. And this is still sealed, haven't opened it up and probably won't. Comes with a Metal Gear 4 branded carrying case, which you see right there. So this is a nice little item. These are fairly expensive on eBay. Actually, I'm sorry, I actually do have a few other things. So I actually got a couple of DVDs, and I got these all in a lot. The first one, it's actually extremely rare, is this Metal Gear Solid 2, the trailer DVD. This was actually a giveaway when you bought the game. I don't know if it was exclusive to a particular retailer, but this was a giveaway when you bought Metal Gear Solid 2 in Japan. And this actually has the trailer for Metal Gear Solid 2, also has some like E3 trailers, also has some like previews for Zone of the Enders, a really nifty DVD. Thank God my computer is region free, so I can actually watch this. It's actually a really good DVD, and I highly recommend it if you can find it. Also, I've picked up Metal Gear Saga Volume 1 and Volume 2. Really nice DVDs. This actually go over the history of Metal Gear Solid. Actually, but even before that, even the entire Metal Gear series. So it starts off with Metal Gear from the MSX2 all the way up to Metal Gear Solid 4. So this one was actually a giveaway. It was an American exclusive, so they're actually pretty hard to find. This was a pre-order bonus for Metal Gear Solid 3, and this was a pre-order bonus for Metal Gear Solid 4, as you see right there. This one was only released in the U.S. This one was actually released in both Europe and the U.S. As you see, this is the U.S. version. The European version would have the PAL logo right here. So those are really nice DVDs, especially if you're a fan of the Metal Gear series. All right, the last 2 items I got are the figures I've picked up. The first one, and these are fairly large, so I'm going to have to back up for this. The first one was made in about like 1998, 1999, and this one is the Metal Gear Solid Meryl Silverberg and Solid Snake Special Edition Fish Tank figure set. And as you can tell, the reason why they call it a fish tank, it's actually in this hard plastic shell, which kind of looks like a fish tank. This one's actually still sealed. And let me zoom into Meryl and Snake. And if you can see in the back, you see his accessories. So you have the C4, the gas mask, the night vision goggles. You see his little missile launcher and his 45 back there. So really nice figure. These usually go for about like 80 bucks on eBay. And the final item I got is something I'm really proud to have picked up. This item is extremely rare. There's supposedly only 100 of these ever made, and that is this Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater stealth camouflage, like super deformed snake figure. And a little story about this one. Supposedly there's 3 different versions of this figurine. There's a stealth version. There is the more common, just standard snake, which is just all painted up, like the painted up version of this. And then there's the zombie version, which looks pretty much like the painted up version of Snake, but which has the skull face camouflage. But this one in particular, they only made 100 of these. They were actually exclusive to a festival in Japan called Wonder Festival 2010, winter event. And if this was on a scale of like between 1 and 10, 10 being the rarest, on a rarity scale, this would definitely be a 9. I think they only sold about 50 of these at the actual Wonder Festival. And then they sold 50 of these online, and I've happened to have found this on eBay for a really great price. This is still sealed, and it's not open. I never will open it up. And yeah, it's a really cool item. As you see, it's like a super deformed version of Snake. And then you see his Colt 45D suppressor. And yeah, it looks really cool. So I'm going to find the other two eventually. These are from Medicom, just to let you know. And yeah, that's it. So this is it for the merchandise I've picked up. I do have a few other things that should be coming in the mail, and in the next video, it's going to be the games. So thanks for watching.